Hey, so great to talk to you today. How are you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing well and great to talk to you too.
Fantastic. So I really just wanted to chat with you about the well-being program that you did through in Break-A-Day. So what were the best bits of the well-being project for you?
I think firstly, the fact that it was offered to the community at all was like a big best bit. Because to think of what wouldn't have happened if it wasn't offered, I think is kind of sobering to think about. And additionally, I was able to well, personally, I was able to learn, I research and learn new skills in how to create a podcast, which I'm pretty sure I would never have done otherwise. And just to think of, what has come out of it, like the Festival of Wellbeing came about as a result of the inaugural Wellbeing Certificate, and how, the community gets together when that's on. And it's a wonderful way to showcase who's in our community, what they're offering as far as wellbeing goes, and for those people to network with each other. Another best bit for me is the Soul Surfing Sisters, which was a result of the 2022 Wellbeing Certificate. And regardless of whether anyone has initiated a community project or not, I think the connections that people have made, and maybe unlikely connections, that has maybe led to other opportunities, not necessarily a community project. And all of that, just people getting together, I think that can only be a good thing.
So
So, yeah.
how would you frame that as specific positive changes that you experienced in your own life as a result of the well-being project?
Yeah, well, I guess in my own life, um, and correct me if I'm not answering the question um, in the best way, but at the time that it was offered in 2022 for me, I probably wasn't in the best shape, headspace wise, and I was still new to the community. I'd voluntarily, I had volunteered my time in different organizations. And I think, and that was for a couple of years, but what I was noticing that I was feeling kind of out of balance, and in terms of like meaningful connections. So I had connections, but they probably weren't giving me what I really needed. And by participating in the certificate, it's everything that was taught in the certificate. Really, I could really use. So, Dr. Martin Seligman's positive psychology framework, and the six key elements that contribute to well-being. Um, the positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning, accomplishment, and health. So all of looking at all of those things really put um, how I was feeling into context, and I could also go back and use that framework to check in and check off. So if I found myself, feeling out of balance, I could go through and check in with myself. Have I connected with anyone today? Have I exercised? Have I slept well? Have I spent time in nature? Have I lost myself in a favorite activity? Have I listened to my favorite music? Um, what am I grateful for? So when you have that awareness of what can positively impact your outlook, then your sense of self increases, I guess, and you can take ownership of being able to impact that, and and just navigate things in a more healthy way, I suppose. So I hope I answered your question, but
Yeah, so it really
yeah,
has had a lasting impact for you.
I think it has. I think it really has. And even so, that's so 2025 now. So that was 3 years ago. So I still have my notes, and I think it's really helpful for me to go back and every now and then just sort of check in with all that information because I think it's
Yeah,
really of
nice.
benefit. Yeah.
Excellent. And so, what aspects of the program would you really like to see continued for the future?
Um, well, that's a little bit of a tricky one because the aspects of the program, I think the program itself or some, you know, evolved reiteration of it would be um, if it was continued after. I know that the grant is coming to a conclusion, and so yeah, where do we go from here? I think if the council could offer something in a similar kind of shape with similar goals of um, helping people work out what well-being means to them and in the community, then that's what I'd like to see. But yeah, or watch this space, I guess.
Okay, perfect.